Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Pretty Little Podcast. I'm Allie, Violet Vixen Commissaro.
And I'm Jessie. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome to an exclusive interview with SAYWHEN. Join us as we uncover the stories behind this insanely talented artist and unravel layers of emotion and creativity behind his thought-provoking lyrics. It was love at first TikTok. Please welcome SAYWHEN.
Wow.
You should have prepared me for that. I was over here like, dang, I feel like I'm like getting ready to like fight on WWE.
I know, right? Like you have to have the intro music and come out like flames coming through. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I am so super psyched. Yeah. I have been following you since you did the cover of Justin Bieber's Baby.
Whoa, like the OG video?
Yes.
Like back in like 2022?
It was a while ago. You were one of the first people that I didn't like know that I started following on TikTok. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
His voice.
Thank you. That's sick. That's an old one. I mean, you're talking when I released it. So I had teased it forever ago, but like once I actually like put it out. Okay, got it. I know the video you're talking about.
And you've just been releasing pretty steadily since then.
Yeah.
So can you share with us about your musical journey and how you got started in the industry?
Like from the top? Like tippy top?
Wherever you want to start.
I mean, to bore the details, I can just pick up with how this project started. So by trade, I'm actually a producer and a writer. And so I write and produce for artists and bands, some that you might know, some you might not know. And
you can name drop.
I don't care to, but yeah, like just a bunch of different people. I get nervous. I hate always. I'm weird about it because I like never want to be that guy that's like, I did this. Like it's like I'm very grateful and fortunate, and I get to live a pretty nice life because of what I've done. So, but yeah, I had one client. I had a weird time in my life, so I took a bunch of time off from music. I actually was a pastor at a church. I was a creative and youth pastor. I grew up in the church. My dad was a pastor. So that's like kind of how like the origin story started, was just like being around music in that way. And so it's kind of like, I'm autistic. So if I'm fidgeting, ignore me, please.
I understand.
So I just ended up through that having to just play stuff. And they put me around music at a very young age. I grew up going to like music festivals and all that. Like my first show was like, I was 2 weeks old. It was a Skillet concert. Like that's like what the vibes were. And so, around 2021 November, I started working with this country artist because that's what I write a lot of, which, believe it or not, like I get my nails done and I have dreads and I write country. It's weird. But he had heard a song, like I was in the studio writing, because at the time I was going through a pretty rough relationship. And I was like looking at like, okay, time to get a divorce, like the whole nine, I'm quitting the church, all that. And I was writing this song called Stupid, which was the first song ever put out as this project. And he's like, dog, you need to put out your own music. Like people need to hear this. And cause like, I just played it on acoustic. Like I was just playing it. And he was like, pause. And so anyway, he was a big encouragement, in the beginning of everything to like put out my music and actually start it. So the origin of it, the background started we could talk for hours on like what exactly like me drumming. Cause I was a drummer. That was like my thing way back in the day. And then I ended up figuring out I could sing and then writing and then all the things. But, it just was a lot of that. It was a lot of just one thing leading to another, right place, right time. And then just more opportunity. And then I just started getting good and taught myself how to do everything, and came off the road from touring because I toured since I was really little, playing drums. And then I started producing and writing, and then that led back to, being a singer. So, yeah.
So where did the name Say When come from?
So my best friend, his name is Jamie King. We were in a band called XXI together back in like 2016. And we were a Tooth and Nail band, if you know the record label Tooth and Nail.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Yep, Under Oath, all that. Yeah. And so I was a Tooth and Nail kid growing up, and then ended up being a Tooth and Nail artist, which was pretty cool, full circle. But he and I actually started this project that was just me and him called Victim. And at the same time we came out, the band Victims came out, and they were blowing up, and we're like, oh shit, we got to rename this thing. He ended up making a decision to get out of music because he, over like a pretty tragic story, he took custody over his girlfriend, now fiance's sisters, because of like CPS, like home life stuff. And so he became a dad, literally on the day I got married. And so anyways, fast forward, that ended up just becoming too much to do both. And while I was still at the church, I kind of was making my exit strategy, and I started producing again. Hence why the guy who was like, yo, you should put out your music, why I was even working with him while I was working at a church, which was ended up being like my first video I ever put out, like as Say When, was like with that country artist. We covered ABCDEFU and made it HIJKLMNO, and it went like viral, like 60 million plus whatever. But anyway, Jamie and I were like, we got to come up with a different name. And so it's just like brainstorming. And he's like, I had this idea of Say When. And I was like, oh, that's hard. And then I was like, yeah, let's change the name and call it a day. And then in between changing the name and doing like a rebrand of Victim, he decided he was done. And so I ended up just like, we didn't do anything. And that was in 2019. And then 2020 came around, 2021 came around, and I just was like, just vibing, doing my thing. And then eventually, it just happened. So I always think of making up like a cool story of how or why Say When, but that's really it.
I understand.
Yeah, it has no actual like. I mean, I can make it make meaning. I can make it like sound cool or whatever.
My favorite are just like when you see people's lists of their band names, and I'm like, one, and you will find some like ones that are just like the absolute like most golden. Like I would be like, I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours. And I've had some friends be like, that is the fun. I'll be like, that is the funniest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Really, project probably no, but should it be? Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Side note, when she was introing and I don't know if you smiled or something, but I saw your fangs.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, is this chick have fangs right now? And I like tried to keep it together.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Jesse. Flash your fangs.
Do you hiss? Is that a thing? Is that like
I do hiss, and I do, ma'am. I make jokes because I have like I have 3 poses on mine. It's like me standing. This is my big this is my Instagram pose. This is what you're getting when you follow me. It's just big vampire girl. You know.
Okay. What are they? Girly? That's like the term now.
Yeah, girly. This is a vampire girly.
Yeah.
I actually went to there's like a surprising amount of vampires like in Philadelphia.
Like real vampires, like people that be out here eating people?
Not ones that be out here eating people. So we have a lot of vampire bands. Like vampire, like blackened vampire thrash. We have like a lot lot of those.
Is that a genre?
It like so vampire black metal.
Jesse knows all of them.
I do know all of them.
Insane. You realize that's insane, right?
I know it's insane.
Okay.
So I went and saw this band. If you are familiar with the metal community, you know Decibel Magazine, you know the Decibel Tour, and Worm.
Worm, I know Worm.
You know Worm?
Yeah,
Candelabra, the makeup.
Yeah, but I don't know anything else that you just said in the last. Probably, I guess I'm not really in the metal scene like I used to.
I don't really know a lot of the stuff that she. I mean, the last artist, he was all up in it, and they're having a whole conversation. I'm like,
oh yeah, I can't go, but I'm more than willing to tell you you're super vampire-y.
Oh yes, I am. Yes, I am, man. I spent the whole night. I was like, I'm gonna look great for Worm. I did the whole corpse paint. I wore a pop. I was like 3-6 Mafia, Pop Yakala. I had the pop.
Is that like a thing he's into?
The Worm, the black metal artist. Yeah, he was like frilled up, like holding the candelabra, singing. It was sick. Devil Master played. We got vampires in there. Holder was the headliner. It was amazing. Anyone watching this and they have the opportunity to catch the Decibel Tour, go. I had a great time. It's super vampire-y.
Oh, I'd be terrified. I'd be out that motherfucker so
You'd be like,
fast.
I'm getting out of here. Oh, so
100%. I'd be no. I know. I don't do scary.
You don't do scary?
I grew up in the hood. We don't do that.
No.
No.
Oh man.
I can't. I don't even watch horror movies.
Really?
Yeah, no. I'm very careful what I put into my body, like visually, physically, all the things.
My mom always
I eat like shit, but
yeah. My mom always says that. She's like, you gotta stop. Don't. You know.
Yep.
Like,
she's like
low vibrations. So she's like, just loves low vibrations.
Low vibration. What does that even? I don't understand women at all.
She's like with the
vibration.
She's like with the rock, like the rocks.
I was like, my mental disabilities right now.
I'm so off.
What's that song? You know what I'm talking about?
I think I do.
I'm committed now. Good vibrations. I think that's the song by the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that actually? Are we?
I think I know. Yeah.
Vibrate. I'm dyslexic. Oh no, it's Marky Mark.
I feel another cover coming on.
Yeah.
Oh, I do kind of go after songs that are not, I shouldn't touch, but yeah, it's my thing. I don't know. I don't know. Covers is a hard thing because it's like it's so necessary when you're nobody, but it's like you never want to get stuck in the
as a cover person.
Yeah, like, oh, he just does covers of whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm grateful. Like, it still blows my mind. Like, I'll be like, because I work in music, like as a professional, so it's like I'll be at festivals and stuff, like working, because I am a production manager for a band, or was. I kind of got out of all of my touring for this year, so I can focus back on my music. But for like the last couple of years, I was a production manager for a band called Fame on Fire. And then I met them because we were going to write together. And we just haven't decided on cutting anything, but, and yeah, so I'm like at festivals and whatever. And people are like, are you? And I'm like, what? Like, how? And I'm like, oh shit, that's right. Like, I'm an artist. Like, I'm like, how do they know who I am? Yep. And then I get confused for like 2 seconds, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool, but so weird.
If you had to describe your overall sound and style into 3 words, what would they be?
3 words?
Yeah.
Like clarify the genre?
Overall sound and style. When you think of SAYWHEN, what 3 words come to mind?
Okay. Sad. Upset. I don't know. Confused. I don't know. It's hard to. I don't know. I've never been asked that. I don't. Everybody always just says I sound like Lil Peep, Post Malone, Juice World, plus like alternative music.
I have to say, when I was describing you to some people, because I've literally made everybody around me, including my son, listen to your music. And when I was trying to like describe what kind of music it was, because you're only the second country artist to ever come on our show.
Well, I'm not even country.
But you started country, and some, I mean,
like
a lot of your TikToks do have like.
Yeah. Well, I'm teasing it, but I've never put out a country song yet. Like, I mean, spoiler alert, I am converting to doing nothing but like emo country. That is the future. That's what I work on every day. I have a bunch of songs that are alternative and like, you know, like the sound that I've put out, like Obsessed, Stupid, Sugar Baby, all the stuff that's out on the internet, released, not just videos. But I've abandoned the whole. I was gonna put out a whole EP this year of like my current sound, but then I had a lot of people in my life that were like, "Dog, you're a professional country songwriter. Like, that's what you do. You write country. Just start putting it out." And I was like, yeah, but I'm not country. Like, I'm ghetto. And so
give it your own vibe, definitely. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I
think country
listen to your songs all night.
Is
heck yeah.
Like, I think we have some of the best country artists like coming out. Like, in the last 10 years, like Orville Peck's dominated, like Coulter Wall's killing it. Like, we have.
I don't know any of these names. I'm so uncultured.
Oh, really?
Oh, no. I listen to shithead country. Like,
okay.
My first intro into writing country music was I wrote a song for Florida Georgia Line. So like I'm that world of country.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the not real country, the country that everybody who actually likes real country hates and says is not real country. That's me. I'm ruining it. And I'm so okay with it. But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, it's as far as like what's coming, yeah, it's country. But yeah, so I mean, technically, I would be a country artist. Right now, I'm still alternative, but you know, but here soon-ish, all the country stuff's gonna start coming out and going crazy. But yeah, if we're talking that, defining that, yeah, it's just emo freaking country. Just like it's just like I put a little twang on my voice, like, and then I just sing normal, and then just sing country lyrics. So yeah.
So who are some of the genres or artists that have inspired you with your more recent songs?
Released or like what you're talking about, like TikTok stuff?
I guess you're right. Let's say your songs, not like the covers, like your like Sugar Baby.
Yeah, stuff like that. To be honest, when I first started, my vision in my head was always like Nothing Nowhere, because he's in a very similar style of whatever. We both have like the hip hop elements and we both can sing. And so that was always like the goal, was to make Nothing Nowhere sound. And that's where like the tuning I play in comes from. So it's like it's called open D. And so like Obsessed, Stupid are all in this tuning that is like a very open, it's pretty, but it's like sounds sad and like emotional. And so all of that stuff was there. But then at a certain point, like Sugar Baby was just a MGK. Like I was like, oh, I just want to make, just because everybody was doing it, I was like, oh, dude, I just want to make an MGK song and then just say I did it. And so I made it about OnlyFans girls. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, this is funny. Like the lyrics of it are pretty, like if you're good at putting things together, like if you have a creative mind and you look at the lyrics of that song, you can be like, oh, like at least the first verse, because the only verse I really have in the song. What I say in it's like pretty aggressive. So it's like, but like it's not like on paper you would never like look at it and be like, yeah, that's what he's saying. But like if I would to tell you what it's saying, it's like, oh. But again, that's like the songwriter stuff. But other than Sugar Baby, Obsessed, and Stupid, those are the only ones that really had like a goal behind them. Arizona was just kind of like, a lot of it's honestly, I like hear something like, or I don't know, I'm just making music and I'll hear a sound and I'm like, oh, that's hard. Or like, I'll just have like an idea in my head, or I'll get really sad or upset about something. And then I'll just start writing about it. And, I don't really put too much thought into my stuff. Like Catch-23, same thing, nothing really. Patient was literally like, I was writing for somebody else and I heard this like, burr, 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 and I was like, oh, that'd be sick. And then I just wrote the whole song. I was in Palm Beach. I was with Fame on Fire. I was writing for them. And and I just was like in the studio at like 10 a.m. Like I slept there. I always sleep at the studio. That's like my thing. Hence why it's like in my home. Like this is like my entire like half of my apartment is like just my studio. And then like there's like living spaces like way back yonder. But like it's just like I love to just be in it. And yeah, so yeah, I know none of them really are even. I Was Never Enough for You. That one was just, I was in a treehouse cabin on a writing retreat for like a docu-series, and like so it was like a competition, and yeah, literally just like was out on the outside. Like if you listen to that song, you can hear like birds chirping and like the outdoors. Is because it literally like I was playing, so on a keyboard, right? You can like within Logic, which is the DAW I use to record. You can Command K will open up a musical typing, and so I was playing piano off of my keyboard on my laptop, and then had a mic that the guy who put it all together brought. Didn't have a pop filter on it, which is like what gets rid of your plosives. Like that's so like that. Like now they're there, not there. And so yeah, I like literally just playing it and wrote the song, the whole thing front to back, like in a couple hours, just outside, and tracked it and ended up coming home and finishing it. But yeah, it's just stuff like that. Like I'm not like, nothing's inspiring me. I'm just like, whatever that, like being outdoors just made me feel very vulnerable, and like I wasn't like hiding behind really good production or whatever. And so like I was like, oh, well, let me just lean into this and write this. And Basic was, that one was intentional. So Basic was it was the first and only song I haven't produced. Everything else I self did. So it's my homie, his name is LeVe, Leve, with like a tilde on the end of it. And he's an artist, but he's also a producer. But like that's his trade, is producing. But he like wishes he could do artist stuff too. Like Bellion type stuff.
Can you spell that one more time?
It's all caps, Leve, with the little like line above the. Okay. Dude, I can put it in this little chat.
I just like to look at people.
Yeah. I think that's what it'll be on Spotify. So, and he's just really good. He's very clever. But we both love Black Bear.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yo, and then Nothing Nowhere again. He has a song called Hammer. And Hammer is just like this song that just pounds the whole time. And it's like, but it's not like big. It's just like boom, 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 like just nothing but subs and like just super chill, but like also like kind of smooth. And so I was like, bro, we should make like a Black Bear Hot Girl Bummer meets Hammer. And so I played this riff on the guitar, like the whatever, I can't even remember what it sounds like. And then he like pitched it down a ton, and then like put a bit crusher on it that made it sound like whatever, just made it sound sick. And then we were just writing we was in a hotel. So I write for this alternative artist named Letdown. And so I I was writing with him in LA. We were in his hotel room, and we had a day off. Like he had a session with, I don't know who, my session with Thrasher and Travis Barker got canceled. And so we were just like, let's get it. And that's where LeVay lives. He lives in LA. And so it was like, okay, gas, like, let's just make this song. And so we were writing it. Blake, AKA Letdown, was over on once, like he was on like the hotel desk, like with headphones. He just got a new computer and he was just like going to town, making something so different. And then me and LeVay are sitting here writing this song. And then I end up getting stuck or whatever. So I call my homie Spencer. So Spencer is one of my favorite people on the planet. He's one of the most kind, sweet, gentle, I mean, just appreciative person. Like I love this dude with my whole heart. And he's the artist named St. Cloud that I released the song Lies with, because I produced for him. And so I was like, let me, like, I start hiring him. So like, okay, in production world, like writers usually don't get paid up front. Usually it's like you go write and then you just work for back end. You don't get like advances like a producer does. It's like whatever. I hate that. And so like I will pay him out of my rate of production when I get hired from like indie clients to go, because like with label clients it's different. Like you can't just bring in whoever you want, but with indie clients, like I get to do whatever I want. And so like I bring in Spencer to write and play on it, and then I also give him some money so that it's like he's able to get like a studio rate basically. And then so for my music, like I'll hit him up, like I'll be like, yo, I need help. And like so he was a part of Beat It. He played the guitar, like the whatever, at the end of the song. And so I called him and I was like, yo, what are you doing right now? And he's like, oh, I'm chilling. I'm outside or whatever. I was like, gas. I was like, can I send you a song? And so he sent me back a voice memo. He's playing, he's very good. So he like just got the chord progression really quickly and started just playing it on acoustic. And he was like, I'm gonna announce your name on it. And I was like, oh, that's it. And so I just ran with that. And like he had a different melody move to it. And so, but I just like cut it at the, girl, you got a 40 ounce with your name on it. Babe, I wish I never met you. You know, and then there just kind of went from there. And so he was a little assist on that one. But yeah, so I mean, other than that, like none of them really have like so 4 of the, I don't know how many originals I have out, but none of them really had like I'm inspired by this, I want to make this. Like it was like the only ones that like SUGARBABY was very intentional as far as like wanting to make like a MGK song. Basic, same thing. And then even Stupid and Obsessed, like they weren't like, I wasn't like, I want to sound exactly like this. It just was like, that's the vibe I was going for. But yeah, I ramble like a mofo. I'm so sorry.
Oh no,
you're good. We love listening to that.
Okay, good, because I literally like I'm one of those like oversharers where like somebody will ask something and then I just start going. I'm like, well, if you really want to talk,
there's no such thing on this show.
That's awesome. Safe place.
Yeah.
So with TikTok, I mean, you're one of the like ones that really has committed. I mean, like I go through phases, like I'll post like maybe like 10 like on one day, and then I won't be on for like a week.
Yeah.
I mean, you've even done a TikTok right after you got out of the hospital.
Yes, I did. I literally was like, this is hilarious. And I have a grill and I don't wear it often. But I was like, so I'm not good at talking with it. Like I like gives me a lisp, like when I have the bottom fangs in. Mm-hmm. And so like I have a lisp in that video and I think it's so funny that nobody like called me on it. But yeah, I was like, oh, this is hilarious. But no, yeah, I just had a procedure done and I had just like woken up from anesthesia. Like they had like on the low, like let my body damn near die and then brought me back. and they told me to take it way easy, like all the things, like they were inside of me. And so I was like, nah,
you don't want to hear, like,
what'd you say?
all the things you don't want to hear, like, you never want to hear, take it easy.
Oh yeah, and I was like, nah. I ended up like after that was like, God, I just do not feel good. I should probably lay down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I literally was like, I gotta make a video. But yeah, no, it's a bit of like a cat and mouse thing for me, really, like, because I started on it back in 2022. I put out this video with this artist that I was producing for, who has since like screwed me over and owes me like 10 grand minimum. And so I try not to give him any like publicity. And so we had put out this video of this HIJK, and it was a joke that it even started. Like, it was like, so he had come to the house, he had told me, he texted me and was like, oh, I have this idea of doing like HIJK, elemental piss on your clothes, throw your makeup in the road, take your brakes off your car, did I take it too? And I was like, oh shit, that's like DV, but like, fuck it. And and so I ended up like taking this, and it was literally like he was playing on like a just a trash piano. It was like H-I-J. It was very nursery rhymey.
Yeah.
And so I took it and I cut it up, put it on a grid, and then I sped it up to H-I-J. And I just made this balls to the wall track that's just like, and like, I don't know how to play a slide correctly, which is like a part thing you use on a, and I was like, and I just started going crazy with it. And it like came this sound, and it like became like a sound, like it's like a known like I'm gonna start doing it all the time in my country stuff, to where it's like, that's his sound, that's the sound. And anyway, so like I was like, I had made the track, and then I had made like a verse, chorus, duplicated, and then like ending, right? And or actually not even ended. It was just like, I was like 1:30. So it wasn't a full song. It was just chorus, verse, chorus. And I was like, oh, I tracked vocals in this verse. I was like, just like as a placeholder. And I was like, but like, I would just ignore it. Like I can actually mute it if you want. He's like, no, it's fine. And so I played it. And it's like, and it like has his vocal of like the chopped up thing with the instrumental. And he's like, bro, this is, and then my verse comes in and I start going in, and he literally like, it was just silent afterwards. And I'm like, what do you think? And he's just like, I know you were kidding. He's like, but no, like you have to have that. You have to keep it in. And I'm like, bro, no, dude. I was like, all these country people are going to fucking hate me and blah, 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 whatever. And like, think I'm some like blah, blah, whatever. He's like, nah, dude, it's sick. It's so good. Cause like I go crazy on it. And so I ended up, decided to keep it and whatever, put it out. And then, yeah, within like 2 or 3 days, it was millions and millions and millions of plays. And I took him for like, cause I ran all his stuff. Like I made all his videos, I edited everything. I made all of his music, just did his whole career for him, to be honest. And, got him from freaking, I think he had 15,000 followers to like 300,000, blew him up. And then he tried to steal everything. Well, he successfully did. He has kids, so I don't sue him. I like that his kids have a life now. So I'm like, so I have to take the high road, even if I fight it every day. Maybe when he's famous, I'll come for my money. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, yeah, it just like ever since then, I saw how TikTok could be used to be like a pretty heavy tool to like to have your stuff blow up. And like for me, like I don't care to be like famous. Like I know that sounds pretentious to say, but like I really enjoy my privacy. Like I don't even like post my dogs, let alone my government name. As we talked about earlier, like I try to keep everything kind of just like music. And it's like, and at the end of the day, like it's, I don't know, it's just what I like. I just like it when things go to where they're going to go someday. Like I just want to have life for myself. Like I want my relationships to be private. I never, like, whether I'm in a relationship or not, like no one's ever gonna know. Like it's like because like I look at like Dolly Parton, like that woman.
Yeah.
You never hear scandals with her. You never hear her unhappy or like.
I was just saying that the other day. Like,
yeah, like she's never like having a bad time. You know, it's never like, oh my God, like, but at the end of the day, like, ain't nobody know what she's been married for 50 years. No one even knows what her husband looks
I
like.
know. Nobody's seen him in like an X amount, like 30 years or more.
And it's like, and she wears a freaking hat and a wig when she goes out, or her wig is when she performs. And so she looks totally different when she's in her day to day. So she has privacy. And so I just look to that and like, and then I look at people like Elvis and people like that whose whole entire lives were on a pedestal, and it like ended up crushing, you know, his life. Like, and for me, like I used to be an opioid addict. So like, and I'm sober now. And so, and I've been sober for like 7 or 8 years. And it's like, I never want to like get to a point where I'm so in front of everyone all the time that like I start abusing drugs again or like just struggle like that. And like, and I already struggle enough like with mental health stuff due to I am autistic. So like there's that, like I got to deal with that shit. And then on top of it, like just the trauma of life and stuff that's happened to me when I was a kid and stuff that I work through. But it's like, you never get a chance or a space to work through anything when like your life's always on display. And so I try to like keep things to be private or whatever. But that being said, I don't want to be famous, but I know fame comes with it. I just want to. It's on my Spotify bio now. I just want to make stupid bread making songs. Like that's it. Like that's all I care about. Like it's because I remember like when my first video, I did this open verse of Sadie Jean's "What are you doing now?" and I remember it like blowing up, and like it was like within like a couple hours was at like 60,000, 70, 80. And I was just like, oh my God. And all these comments of like, your voice this, your voice that, your voice this, your voice that. And I literally like my whole life like was always thought about that moment of like, oh, when I finally get the recognition of like what I deserve, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I was like, I don't feel a thing. And I was like, fuck. Cause like, if that wasn't going to solve my problems in my heart of just having attention and love from people that I don't know, that are strangers that don't know my actual name, if that's not enough to make me feel whole. I'm like, well, what then will, you know? And then the other thought of it was just like, this is all just bullshit. Like it's like, it's just empty. It's just all empty. And so that's when I was like, I don't really care to be famous because I know it's not going to help. It's just going to make everything worse, honestly. But I know that comes at a, you know, price. And it's like this weird thing I struggle with of like, I don't want it, but like you know, and I used to reply to every comment, and like I'm starting to get to a point where I don't, and I like it's better for me. And then freaking Spotify for artists is the worst thing for anyone's mental health because you watch it day by day, it climbs and it falls, and it's like, oh my God, so many listeners, and then where'd they go? And then it's like, how on earth did 500 people not listen to me today that did yesterday? And it's just like this game of like, oh, it's exhausting. And so I'm just like, yeah, it's like, yes, I am very consistent-ish. Like I try to be. I definitely go through phases where like I'll take like a week or two off where I'm just depressed and don't want to do anything. But like I try to, because I know that consistency is key, and I do everything by myself. Like I don't really have a whole lot of help. Lately, my homie Lunar, he's like a videographer here in Cincinnati. His name is Lunar Thought on like Instagram. He's like one of my good friends, and so he'll film sometimes. It's not often. It's like out of 100 videos he'd film 5, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, but for the most part it's all on me. And so like it's like I'm videoing everything, I'm editing it all. On top of that, I already made the music, and the music takes a while because it's just me doing the music. And so yeah, it's just like And so just I see all the comments of like, oh, I can't believe you're not blown up yet. I can't believe that. And I'm like, y'all, me neither. But it's at the end of the day, that's not necessarily what I look at. All right, try not to. Is like, I just know that when my time is come, it'll happen. You know what I mean? And everybody in my life that knows me pretty well, they're all like they're like, yeah, the country stuff's gonna go. Like once you actually start like posting,
I've
You're doing the footwork, so they all know
people in my life, and I've shared like I share like I kind of read the person and then share like a song that would more fit their vibe.
Yeah,
I have not had one person that is like, who is this, and like went right on your Spotify, like. I mean, I just love you. Like, I could seriously sit there all night and listen to your music, and it calms me.
That's awesome.
But as far as with TikTok, how are you feeling about the possibility of it being banned?
Good, because I missed the golden years. The time to blow up on TikTok was 2019 to like through 2021. Mm-hmm. I hit it right after it was very easy to blow up. And so I'm fighting every other artist that makes music trying to blow up on TikTok. You know what I mean? And to find success on there, because at the end of the day, like that's how you get it. If you blow, like if so, like even with Spotify, like there was before, it's like if you posted more often, the algorithm sends your music to the stratosphere. And there's people who have whole entire careers based off of that, right? And so TikTok is the way. TikTok is how you get a ton of people to listen to your music. You know what I mean? And AKA you make money. And I'm very business minded because I do this for work, and I work for people who bring in 50,000 a month streaming. You know what I mean? Like that's who I write for. And so it's like, I know the money that's out there, and I know that like once I get there, I don't give a fuck about social media. Like I'm done. Like it's I'll be a freaking ghost. And if I play festivals and like a tour every couple years, cool. But like I have a metric in my mind that I'm done, that I'm never, my Instagram, my TikTok, everything, my handles, my logins, I'm done. And it's like, I'll pass it off to somebody. Because I just, whatever. So to answer your question, I couldn't care less really, because I know something else is going to come.
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to actually blow up on that one. You know what I mean? Because it's like YouTube blew up Justin Bieber and all these other artists. Like they blew up off like Fame on Fire. They did covers on YouTube, and that's how they got to where they're at. And so then I have friends who blew up on TikTok. People like Letdown. He posted a video. It was like his third video ever. Did like freaking 3.7 million, something ignorant. And it's like, and he was with a phone, you know what I mean? I'm over here with like a cinema camera, making it look as nice as humanly possible with like, and he's just, you know, so yeah, I'm, if it gets banned, cool. Cause then whatever's next is coming, and then I can go on that one and do what I need to do. And so, cause like, it's just, everything changes so fast. And it's like, you used to be able to blow up on Instagram. Then you used to be able to blow our first Facebook, then Instagram, then TikTok, you know what I mean? And so it's like,
now everything's pay for exposure. Everybody wants.
Right. And once you pay for it, you're never going to get real engagement. So it's like, I always tell like artists I work with, like, don't pay. Cause like once you do, you're fucked. Like, you know what I mean? You're never going to get just like natural
grassroots.
Right. And so that's one thing I don't. And I'm like, it just kind of, that's where my stuff kind of like is. And so I have some videos I'm sitting on right now that I think might be the one. Yeah, I'm just playing, but it's, oh shit. What time is it? I have to post. My fault. See it? Here, I'll show you guys it before I post it. Hang on. Here, you guys can help me make the decision. Should I post it with the intro?
Howdy. So I'm a country songwriter. I wrote this song for Morgan Wallen, but a lot of people are telling me
I don't know if you can hear that.
What do you think? Yeah, I'm coming.
So it's like either that. Should I do it with the intro or just the song?
I
Let's
think you
go
should
with
do
the
it with intro. Yeah.
That's what I figure. I was like, that's thanks guys.
So I don't know all the country songs, and you kind of like mix them in sometimes.
Yep.
Is Red Lights? I don't know the actual name.
Red Lights.
Is that your song?
Yeah, I wrote it.
I that's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I listen to that all the time.
I'll because we're friends now. I'll send you the actual song.
Oh yay!
Like the whole thing. It'll be a Dropbox link, and then you can just loop that. And then
definitely. Thank you.
You can take care of it. I'm so sorry. Are we allowed to? Am I allowed to post this right now?
You're allowed to. Absolutely.
I literally. For Morgan, his name's not Morgan One. Oh my god, the freaking captions on here. I can multitask. So next question.
I was gonna say the weird thing about TikTok, like the whole TikTok debacle, is that they're upset about like information, like it collecting.
Well, they're taking everything.
Yeah, I was like, Instagram and Facebook are doing the same thing. So instead of making like an umbrella law to where you just can't do that on apps, they're like, well, we still want to do it, so we're just gonna ban TikTok instead of making like an umbrella law so you can't. Like,
so the issue that they're facing and they're contemplating is that it's China. So we're at war with them. You know what I mean? Like they'll be our next world war is going to be them, and it's going to be a cyber war. I have a lot of friends in the military. That's something that world I have very close to my heart, and so very informed. I know 4-star generals like. So we all know it's going to be a cyber war, and it's going to be with China, and they're going to obviously have support from like Russia and whoever else wants to jump on board. But that's why the even the thing is kind of popped up as like oh shit, it's going to get taken down, is because they're the ones taking it. It's not, and that's why Instagram and Facebook get to do it, and it's fine, is because they're like publicly traded companies within the United States, and so it's like. A
lot of people are saying like you should buy like if you don't physically own it, it doesn't exist. It can be taken away at any point. So a lot of people are saying like buy your DVDs, buy your VHS, buy like your CDs, your records, obviously, because like it's tangible. You can own it.
Yeah.
And at any point, this could Spotify can go away. Like you can go away.
It's true.
So definitely go out, support, buy CDs, buy your vinyl, buy your physical media.
Oh, for sure. I mean, so like when that HIJK song came out, Gail's management actually did a copyright strike on it like 7 days after it came out.
Wow.
After the video drop, I should say. So the song had been out for 3 days, and we were charting. Like we were beating Morgan Wallen and Ernest's song "Flowers" or whatever. It was huge. Like this song would have went #1, like for sure. But obviously they didn't like the message, and so they did a copyright strike to take it down. And so only people who bought it on iTunes had it when it got taken down, because it's a transaction. It's now yours. They can't take that away. It's same thing with like music that I've been involved in the past. Like I put out a song as a pop artist once under my real name, and that's not on the internet anywhere unless you bought it. And I think it was 7 people who bought it. So shout out.
Shout out to them 7 people.
Yeah, they can still hear it. But no, you're 100% right. That's the only way you'll be able to keep your media for sure, is if you actually purchase it, which might make a comeback of like that type of stuff. Like obviously vinyl is like a freaking hipster fad that they love and they're freaking whores for, but
absolutely
it's gonna be more of like a actual, I feel like whatever that medium is, I don't know if it's gonna be CDs, because those were so like what's the word? so I stutter when my brain can't think of a word.
You're good.
You're good.
I don't know, like they just were easy to break and scratch.
Yeah, they're fragile.
Fragile.
There we go. I saw a girl walking around the other day, and it was a real throwback. Of course, I was thrifting, so the thrifty girls were out, and I was
the thrift girly. You're a vampire thrift girly.
girlies. I was out fighting for my life in the thrift store against them. So, but one had a Walkman with the foam headphones.
That is so hot.
Was it like a yellow one? I had a really cool yellow one. That
I would know it was a silver one. I had the silver one, the foam headphones, and she had it in her pocket. And I was like, "Damn, we're going all the way back." I was like, "Good for her."
That I mean, she was probably listening to. You can tell by the way I she was freaking getting it. Man. She had a better day than you. I swear she did.
Yeah, she was feeling it. I was like fighting her over a VHS camcorder, like the ones you film your home videos on.
Oh, those are a vibe now. That's a thing. Those are
a vibe, yeah. I was like, I'm gonna film some real low budget horror movie or something.
Is your hair real?
No, it's not. It's beautiful though. Anyway.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it the whole time, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I just was like, "What's your neck say? What is it? What's going on in your neck?"
Oh, my neck. Okay, what side is it on? It's so I have a whole chest piece.
Oh, she's got a chest rocker. Let's go.
Yeah, my neck is actually it's a vampire bat with a.
I figured. I was like, if this isn't a vampire, she's fake.
Yeah, it's a vampire bat with a Pope hat.
What the hell is a Pope hat?
Yeah, like the Pope hat, like the
big Pope wears.
Oh, I thought you said a Pope hat, like
No, like the Pope.
The Pope, the dude, the guy with the
man himself.
The Vatican guy. Yeah,
the Vatican guy. So yeah, it's a Pope hat with like a pentagram on it and a vampire bat, and then this is a Luciferian sigil.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, there's a lot in there. I told the man, I said,
holy water on you. You're gonna shrivel up.
Yeah, probably. I told my tattoo artist, I said I want a vampire bat with a Pope hat, and I want it to be as evil as possible. I was like, I would. He's like, do you want it evil? And I was like, yeah, I want it evil. My man went over and out, like over the top with it.
You got done, and you were like, so what is it? And he's like,
I did. I didn't know that was a Luciferian sigil. For a really long time, I didn't know what it was.
Who told you? Who told you?
My friend and me got into a fight, and he said
it was Googled.
No, my friend and me got into a fight, and he was like, "You and your stupid fucking Luciferian sigil," and I was like, "Can you repeat that into the phone? Like, can you tell me what that was again?"
You're telling me that mid-fight, that's what he came at you with? You stupid Luciferian. I would fall apart trying to say that.
I was like, it was funny. It was something like you look like you look like a Chipotle bag type shit, you know?
What a bad boy.
I'm the Chipotle bag in reference. So I was like, you
ever feel like a plastic bag?
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
That shit goes so hard. Okay, I posted. Good for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Praise God.
But then I was like, can you re-say that? And then I Googled it, and I was like, no, that works really well in there in my neck tattoo. So good for me. But now I do this.
Wow.
Yeah. Come here.
Is it a cat? Is it a dog?
I learned things from Jesse literally almost every day.
I'm too curious of a person to have a friend like that in my life because I'll just ask questions.
No, I'm a vault of information.
I was just telling her before the show, when we were sitting there, I was like, we should really start recording just everything you do so that we just have it later on. The other day, she had
we don't know, but
crown on.
Oh yeah,
that is wild.
But
fuck it.
So let's talk about some of the stuff that you have coming up that you're working on, or probably in your drafts.
Yeah. Well, I actually don't do drafts. I did once.
Really?
I had drafts made and was like, that's why that took so long to do. Is because I'm actually making the post. Like I probably should do drafts and just like kind of build them up, but like I get like I feel too secure then. Like I feel like I don't have like as dire of like oh shit. Like I feel too prepared, if that makes sense. And then I get lazy and I'm like, fuck it, I just got 5 in there. You know, I did it like once or twice maybe. I had like stuff like built up, and then I just was like, and then because what'll happen is I'll get so impatient, and then I'll post on days and on times that I shouldn't, because I'm just like, well, I have it, might as well just put it up. And it's like I end up like wasting a really good video posting on like a Friday at 4 p.m. like an idiot. But yeah, so as far as things coming up, there is nothing on the schedule. There is nothing that's like on this day, this song is coming out. Nothing like that. However, I do have 3 country songs done, finished, ready to be put up to come out on whichever day. And I have, I think, 2 more that are completely tracked and recorded that just need mixed and mastered. And then, so I think there's like 8 or 9 total country songs that are like written. Not all of them are tracked. Not all of them are fully produced. But the bare minimum, I can say this. I can say whatever I want. I'm independent. What I will say is that in June, I will be putting out a country song that originally was written for Florida Georgia Line back in 2020 that I just tracked it as my voice instead of them, and then instead of another artist who had it. And so that will be coming out in May or June. I don't know. It's a party song. It's like, it's hilarious. I'm singing about like drinking beer and partying, yet I've been sober for 8 years. But I'm gonna start wearing a pink cowboy hat. It's gonna be awesome. I performed in shit kickers and short shorts, like all on the Fame tour I was on.
I love your style, and I love the dances and just everything. Like, everybody always picks on me that I'm like not the TikTok dancer. Like I do my little dance videos just for me, but like everybody kind of makes fun of my dancing. Yeah. And
I bust down.
I mean, you've got that like TikTok flow. Like you do the cool little movements. Like,
I'm just dancing. I'm dancing like I would if I was out. Like everything you see is like just natural. It's just like I'm just like well, because like I danced a lot like growing up and stuff, like, and it's just like just I love to dance. I love to go out and goof off with my friends. And so like that's all that is. I never am thinking about it. I probably should one time I joked about making a dance and like made like a little fake one, but if that little Asian girl wants to make a dance for any of my songs, I would be eternally grateful, because she blows everybody up.
There's some
I was gonna say which one.
Gabby too, Gabriella. She makes some really good ones.
Yeah, she does like all like the alternate. I don't know who does it. It may be this Gabriella, but she's the one who does like Knox and like all like the like that. Under that t-shirt. For me.
I did that one quite a few times. It was easy.
Yeah.
So I learned the dance. I'm like, I got this.
That one, whoever does that dance, she's really good. And hopefully she loves country emo music. It's an untapped market. No one does freaking sounds like me singing and does country. So like, I'm in my own little lane. It's where I'm at now is just like, I feel like I'm just running in circles, because it's like, yeah, I'll just gain a little bit of people here and there, and more people listen as it goes or whatever. But like I need hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
keep you fueled.
yeah, like the thing is like with my music now, like I've never once had someone be like, this sucks. You know what I mean? Like I've never had anybody, no, I've maybe had like 2 hate comments ever. And then like, and there's like a little bit with like they're not even really hate comments. Like with the Can't Help Falling in Love with You cover, it's like people are like, Sleeping Your Sirens did it first, or Ice Nine Kills did it better. And it's like, okay, like it's like that's not really hate. Like I want it to be like, dude, you're freaking, you look stupid, you should quit playing music for the rest of your life. Like I need that type of hate because that's what blows up.
I get one every once in a while that like will really like come at me about like my makeup or my like my moves.
Yeah, and it's like that's probably your biggest video. Cause it's just like the internet and TikTok, they love hate. Like,
oh man, they love. That's part of the reason I stopped posting is because I'm too sensitive.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I mean you gotta put it all in perspective.
I like
just people talking. They would never say it to your face.
I understand that, and like I get it, but I was like every time I would post, I'd be like, "Ugh!" Now the comments roll in. Now, ugh.
You'd be like, "Oh shit."
I think the other reason was I do a lot of cool stuff, and I don't like I felt obligated to start filming the cool things that I do.
Yeah.
And then it stopped being like it for me.
Like going to the vampire visuals and shit.
Literally going to the vampire museum. Yeah, that's like
figured out.
Yeah, I would go to the vampire museum, go to the vampire stores, like that's what I did. Like
the oddity stores. Oh my god, the freaking tour I was on, the Fame one, they love shit like that. Like, like they're just going to all this weird shit. And I'm terrified of taxidermy. Like I'll tell you what.
I collect that.
Yeah, I go the other way. I wouldn't walk in the store. I was scared of it.
Yeah.
And I've literally been
there
and shot at.
There.
Oh, Penguin Stefani. No, Penguin Stefani's not here. I have the Bobcat and the Fox in this room. Right.
What?
A penguin. Penguin Stefani is one of our mascots for the show.
Her name's Penguin Stefani. She's like I forget begins with M. She's got the Sig, the penguin. I got all kinds of stuff. I got a whole little zoo. I've been collecting taxidermy since I think I was 14. I have like I had so many deers. I started having to like people were getting deers for Christmas because I just had so many I couldn't.
You're like, hey, I shot this buck outside.
Oh man, I buy a lot of vintage pieces. To my most important deers for my I love you. It's from my grandfather, so I have that. But
that is not insane bad, but like that's insane.
Yeah. So like I love.
You can actually take a class at the upcoming convention in Philadelphia to mount a rat head.
I thought about they had a fox class last year, and I thought about taking it. It was kind of expensive to do. I went last year, and it's really expensive. Like the cons are super expensive comparison. The tattoo convention had a Wolverine though for a really good price.
Dude, like the chink guy?
No, not Hugh Jackman. But the
what is a Wolverine?
It's a badass like badger animal that has
like a skinny they're more
like badger.
I thought Wolverine was just Wolverine, and they just got like it was like a wolf.
No, that's an animal.
It's based on the animal, the name. They're like they fight like hell.
They got mad sideburns out here.
Creatures.
Gas. That's sick.
Learn something new every day.
No, I learned something new today.
Yeah.
I'm so isolated. I play video games and just make
What do
music. I
you
don't learn
play?
shit. I play a lot of Call of Duty.
Okay.
Again, I'm not a real gamer. Like gamers are like Overwatch and stuff.
Baldur's Gate and Overwatch and
Yeah, no, I'm a sweat on Call of Duty. I play Search and Destroy, and if I'm not playing Search and Destroy, I'm playing Warzone and embodying lobbies and carrying my teammates. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love Call of Duty. And then if I'm not playing COD, I'm playing Madden, which is football. And so I just that's what I was doing before I got on here. I beat a guy. It was a pretty solid game. I beat him 14-13. He missed a field goal. Idiot.
Oh hell yeah. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty in early high school.
Yeah.
The zombies.
See, that's a girl thing. If I ever a girl like, because like I'll post like if I drop like 12 kills and like 5,000 damage on COD on like Warzone, I post. I'm like, yes, right. I'm him. Talk to me. Because like my KD is absurdly high. And I play on a PS4. Like one, can't hack. Two, I'm at a huge disadvantage because
you are, because everybody's got like running like a million fucking things on their PC.
And if they're not on PC running a million things with like shadow brighteners and sound enhancement.
Modded the hell.
Yeah. If they're not doing that, they're on PS5 or Xbox Ones that are like can actually handle the game, whereas mine is like freaking like looks like Minecraft when you first drop in, like the stuff hasn't loaded in yet. And I still eat. And so I literally like I'll post it and like because I'm proud of that because like my KD shouldn't be that high. And I'll have like people slide up on my story and be like, oh, I play COD, add me. And I'm like, oh, I bet. And then I add them and they're like, you want to play zombies? And I'm like, swipe, delete, block.
I was so bad at it too. My friend would have to literally carry me through.
Yep.
Like whenever, like I think it's like a Opry house or whatever. I remember that there was like a little area where I could stand that was like
you wouldn't get
glitch in the game.
Yeah.
And he would beat all the zombie dogs because I couldn't even hang for a second if I was like out when the dogs hit.
Yeah. I think guys maybe just like our brains, however we function with video games, because like y'all didn't grow up playing video games.
My
like
son's
most girls
great
did.
at it. I mean, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I've had many people that are like some girls have gotten really good, but I think just naturally dudes are just out here just cracked for no reason. Like I think it's just because we played video games when we were kids, like little kids, like versus like girls didn't for whatever reason. Like nowadays it's different. Like
I think it's different now. I don't know because like I was like
did you play video games when you were a kid?
Absolutely. I had absolutely zero friends. I did nothing but watch.
You were the anomaly.
I was like I was no showering, video games mostly.
You're nasty.
Dude, I was nasty.
So
and then
I didn't shower.
I did not shower. I was anime pilled as hell. I was weebing out. I was eating cornflakes straight out of the box.
Oh yeah, you were the
You
first.
had me until the cornflakes.
Yeah, you literally are like, because it's. I feel like even like the girls like back then that played, it was never like those games. It was never COD. It was never.
For me, it was a lot of fighting games.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fighting games. It was
Skyrim.
I'm talking way before that. We're talking because I'm like, what am I? I'm 29.
Okay. So you're like 2-3 years older than me.
Yeah, I was playing a lot of like fighting games. I was playing all the like Yu Yu Hakusho games, Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
I was doing that. Then I started getting into like WoW. I played WoW. And then
I was real. Did you ever play NBA Street?
Yes.
I love that game. And like whenever they'd be like butter, butter. I like
Oh,
literally
yeah,
be talking shit
the
to all the
ad-libs
guys.
in that game were so hard.
I have it in the other room. I actually got a PS2 because
Just
that,
to be able to play it.
and Twisted Metal. Like,
Yeah.
there were all
That's
these
come
games,
back.
and I was like, you know what? I'm not paying all
They
this
made a
money.
Twisted Metal series. I think what Paramount Plus maybe did it.
Yeah.
Actually, my friend Lenny had watched that, and he said it was really good.
It was good. I think like I've really chilled out when I was like in my early 20s. I played so much Final Fantasy 14 that I gave myself sciatica.
What is that?
It's where you like your upper, like your hips or like your like get dislocated from like either being in the same position too long or like it can get knocked out, but like if you sit in the same position for so long, it
Jesse,
can happen.
You need to see a chiropractor every month.
I did. I went to a chiropractor and they're like, "What happened?" And I was like, "I've been playing
video games.
I've been playing MMOs. I stopped eating. I was like,
You are an addict.
I'm like
I would go hard with some of them. I mean, I remember playing like Sonic.
Yeah.
Like when Sonic came out, I like
Sonic's
Adventure
hard.
2.
Oh my god, I always played with Knuckles. That was my guy. Or Shadow.
Knuckles.
Oh, side note, let's just shout out the Sonic movie with Jim Carrey.
Amazing.
Beautiful films.
Yes.
They're so
I
good.
saw the first one on Valentine's Day.
I literally okay, so don't judge me.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I don't socialize well with people. I have a very small, like count on one hand, people I have in my life on the daily, and literally like so I have like an AMC A-list pass that I pay like $30 a month for, whatever.
No, I know
it is.
what you're talking about.
I'm waiting about getting it actually.
Yeah, and you can watch 3 movies a week.
Mm-hmm.
With that, and so like when the Elvis movie first came out, I went and watched that. Literally, the Sonic movie came out the same time, the Sonic 2 or whatever. Went and watched that. Oh my god, like that was my life, was watching Sonic in the movie theaters alone. And that's what I do on tour. Like on days off. Yeah. I'll literally like go watch 3 movies.
What's the last movie you saw?
In theater?
Yeah.
God, I don't remember. They all blend together because I watch so many. But the one that pops into my head, I play drums for a country rapper, and so before we left on tour back in like August, I know this isn't the last movie I watched because I watched some in between there, like here and then and now. I just don't remember them. But we watched that one movie that was what is it? It had Jennifer Lawrence in it. The one who's
No
in
Strings Attached.
That one, yes.
That is so great when she's naked fighting in the water.
Oh yeah, she's so sick. Yeah.
The only one that's funnier than that is, have you guys seen Strays?
Strays, I haven't, but I see it all the time on one of the streaming platforms.
If you ever just want to sit there and just hysterically laugh, it is so funny.
Okay, I'll watch it tonight.
My friend and I were literally crying, laughing. Like, it's just a great movie.
I saw the new Dune. That shit ruled.
I haven't even seen the first. I refuse to hop on board.
Oh no, it's board hoppable. The Dussy bucket. You seen the Dussy bucket, right?
The hell?
It's a popcorn bucket with the worm. It's like the worm.
That just made me itch.
Yeah, it's like, like sandworms. It's sick.
I can't.
No.
I don't know why. I love realistic things. Like obviously, I watch some stuff that's like not like I love Avengers. Like I'm a Marvel.
I'll go to anything if it's in a reclining chair.
I feel that.
Wait, I'm supposed to point this way. Yeah.
The reclining chair, like I even went to see Elemental.
What's
I
that?
was like, it was
Fantasy
one of the
movie?
shows for my son.
Oh, my
And
homie
I'm
has
like-
a placement on that movie, like a song
Oh, really?
on Elementals. Yeah, that's how I knew.
Yeah,
It's like,
we
I was
went
like,
to
wait.
We went to see that, and Jackson's like, please, can we go see it? I'm like, listen, if it's playing in a reclining chair, like, I'm in.
I'll be sleeping 5.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see that new one. At first, I thought it looked stupid, but it's kind of grown on me with the trailers with the dog, with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I keep seeing the trailers for that. Yeah.
Arthur the King, like,
Mhm.
that dog's
Yeah.
really cute. Like, it just keeps, like,
I've been wanting to watch this one about a cat. That's like the Kingsman stuff. You guys ever watch the Kingsman movies?
Yeah.
They have like one it's about like a cat that was like a part of what I can't remember what the movie's called, but I wanted to go see that on tour, but it never worked out. But yeah, it's probably out of theaters now, but yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, I did watch the Mean Girls the other day. Like,
How is it? Because I almost
I-
watched it yesterday.
well, we're friends with Mike, so like Lindsay's dad,
Yeah.
and he was talking about it when he was on the show, and I was like, you know what? I at least gotta like give it a chance and see what all the hype is about.
Yeah.
I couldn't get through it.
Really?
It like, I don't know, like a musical's got to be really good.
Oh, it's a musical?
Yeah, like a
Oh,
musical's
hell
got to
no.
be like really good for me to go
Yeah.
and see it, and like it was just way too much. Like, they had some of the people from the original Mean Girls.
People who didn't matter in it. Yeah.
Yeah, like Tina Fey was in it. The principal was in it. Like, there were a couple, but it was just a little much. Like, all the singing, like, I don't know. I couldn't get through it.
Yeah, no, the only musicals I will ever watch is High School Musical. That shit. Fuck.
Like, so many shows do that, and I hate when they like get to their musical area. Like,
Yeah.
I remember watching Riverdale, and
What's
then they had like a musical like scene in the middle.
Is that I never
It's
watched
like
it.
Archie and
Yeah,
like,
my brother watched that. Him and his wife were like Riverdale fiends. Like, I went and visited them. And literally she was like, "Oh, it's time for Riverdale." And I was like, "What the hell is she talking about?"
I didn't watch it when it was out. I binge watched it.
Oh, okay. It's
Like,
one
I'm
of
a binge watcher.
there's like a few shows that like I'm like I could never actually watch this like as like a committed fan, but like as far as me just blasting through it, yeah. That's why you guys ever watch The Boys?
No.
I started it.
I watched the first season in a day, like literally, like because I have trouble sleeping sometimes, and so like I'll be on a show, like I'll start watching it at like 2 p.m, and it's freaking 8 a.m. the next day, and I've watched the whole 10 series. You know what I mean? And it's like a very like
I'm doing that with Blacklist right now.
What'd you say?
I'm doing that with Blacklist right now.
Oh, how is that? Because I remember like wanting to watch it in the very beginning, but then the second episode or the third episode when they're like melting the body in the tub.
It's really good, other than like a section in the middle. Like, when the pandemic hit, it got a little weird because they had some problems with like taping it. But I think overall, I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
It's worth the commitment.
Scorpion is a really good show.
Is that the one with like the group of people who are like
yeah, he's like
and stuff?
He's like a brainiac that like thinks outside the box and everything. Like, I really liked that one.
Yeah, Scorpion. What is that on? Stop texting, Jess.
How do you know that's what I was doing?
I'm unbelievably observant because of my autism, and I don't care. I was just joking. What were you saying? I'm so sorry.
I don't even remember what I was saying now.
See,
What was I saying?
Vampires do have hearts. Look at her little smile going on.
It's true.
I was just joking. I was just playing around because I've
It
checked
was a very important text message about filming a vampire movie, and I'm like, I'm down.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
Go be your vampire self.
On VHS.
Your what?
It's gonna be on VHS.
That's sick. I have a friend that's an actress.
Mm-hmm.
So cool to me. Like I bought her movie or whatever, and it's like I'm like I didn't know. I was like, you're really good at acting. Like I was like, I didn't even feel like I knew you. Like I was like, yeah, it was that good. And I was like, that's sick. Like my videographer Lunar, he wants to be an actor. That's like his dream. He just told me that the other day. I don't know. I don't think he'll watch this, but like if he does, dog, you better be an actor, bro. Yeah. No, he's.
I started doing the like casting calls. Like,
that's a thing. That's really a thing. Like,
yeah, I started doing them, and the only one I've gotten a call back like that they were interested was Discovery Channel, and that kind of scares me because like, what would I do? Like, think about it. Like me, like I feel like I would be stuck in Naked and Afraid, and I'd be really naked and really afraid.
I understand that. I won Best Actress in middle school.
It doesn't count. That's too long ago.
I know. I'm so proud of it, dude. I took acting class. My family stuck me in acting camp my entire life.
Oh my God, Spencer, the guy I was talking about earlier, that's what he used to do. He used to live in LA and would do like commercials and stuff. He still does some, but yeah, that's he had like an acting coach. That's sick. Why did your parents do that to you?
They really wanted me to be on Broadway. Like my parents, like my family had me, and then they were like, Broadway. They were like, you're going to be on Broadway. Like that's what you're going to do.
Sick.
So they stuck me in dance and acting, and kept telling me they're like, you're gonna play Evita on Broadway. Like that's what we want.
Did you ever care to do it?
They hyped me up too hard. To where I was like, I am gonna be on Broadway, and then stop it, honey.
Stop.
And then by the time like I got self-awareness in middle school, I was like, I'm shy.
Yeah.
And so that kind of went downhill. I probably would have pursued it more, but I got I have got a bunch of health issues when I hit middle school. So that kind of put the nail in the plug for that. But that gave me a lot of opportunity to get into a lot of other stuff, that avenues that I've been able to pursue.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy about that. That, when one door closes, another opens. And I probably have gotten to express myself visually, like, and get all the tattoos that I have if I had gone that route and really express myself as much. So.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. I don't think I would ever be able to be cast on anything because like I'm too like particular.
You get typecasted, you don't see Pete Davidson in anything that's not like Pete Davidson coded because of all the tattoos, all the, what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I feel like I'm like, not that I would ever do it, but I think it would be fun to. Like I've done like loose stuff like throughout my life of like I did as a bet. I lost a bet in high school to not play basketball and go join theater. And I was like, actually big bet because the girl I like's in theater. So like I win. And so I was like the athlete that came over and literally like I ended up like, I don't think I had a speaking role, but I had like a huge fight scene just because I was like athletic. That's awesome. And like, because it was like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe or whatever. And so like, it was like the end, big fight scene. And I like drop kicked my homie into the orchestra pit. It was tight. But then like in college, which I did like 2 years when I was 17, 18, and 19, or 17 to 19. Yeah, that time period. And I did like an acting thing, and it was like sick. Like I was like it like affected me as a person, like the person who I was being.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I'm good at this. Like if I'm over here, like I was literally like the situation, like I wasn't just like pretending to cry. Like I was like actually like weeping, and I was like in the middle of it. I was like, and like I could hear people in the audience because it was like a live thing, like crying, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. And so I always like had this thought in my head, like I was like, maybe someday I'll be able to like, because you know, like musicians will like cameo and do like an acting.
I mean, I've been seeing it's like musicians, wrestlers are great at making that pivot. Like I see John Cena and everything. Like the Rock.
We can have fun with like music videos.
Oh,
like music videos would be so fun. I got to be in 2 so far, and like that, I love it.
I feel like a music video. I'm too like, I've like thought about being the main character in a music video of like something I want to do for the country stuff. I had one for the other stuff as well. Like Stupid was going to have a music video that was going to be very like emotional, and like I was going to kill myself in it because that's what that song was about. And it was like, it was a very like complex thing where like I killed myself 3 different ways, and I snapped out of all of them except for one. And that was like going to be the cliffhanger at the end of the video. And it was going to like it was going to be huge. It was going to be great. But then like making country music, I was like, I don't need to do that. But anyway, the country stuff, I have this song about like, it's like about like it's about like a guy who likes a girl who's like a cheerleader. And he's like, so the chorus is like, she had 18 written on her varsity jacket that didn't belong to me, and I was just a boy out in the stands. It was a homecoming I missed, right? And so it's like this like this story of like this guy and this thing and this like da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, I thought about it, I was like, would it be like, would I want to be the actor in it? Because like I would want it to be done right. But like if
you need a SAYWHEN jersey.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, I'm yeah, it's a whole thing. Like I can see it, and I cannot wait for it to come real. But it's gonna be so big budget that like it's like I'm gonna have to like, it's gonna be at a sport. I mean, I have to get like sports game. I'm gonna have to have like a set for like school. I'll walk you through the whole thing. We're already here. Okay. So to set the scene. Like the song will start out where it's like at like a football game, and it's like the visual of the guy, and it like pans out, and it's like and then it's like it cuts into the song or whatever, and then he like snaps out of it, and he's like in class and he fell asleep, and then he starts singing the song, you know what I mean? And then it's like he like plays through his day, and then it's like he's just like a very like one shot style like video where it's like just like all is kind of like playing together, and then it's like the song, and then they're playing in the end zone, you know what I mean? Which I think then it would have to be me, because like if I'm playing in the end, I don't know. Anyway, so
you can have different outfits, like one where you have the jersey on, one where you have the jacket on.
It's gonna, I just can't decide if I need to be the person in the shots.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it doesn't. Because then it can, no, never mind. We're gonna have an actor. It's gonna be great. Okay. And so I'll have Spencer do it because he's an actor and he's my friend. And he'd be perfect. Oh, he'd be perfect. I'm gonna call him after this. Yeah, I fucking love Spencer. He's my literal heart. He's I wish. Actually, you should do this to him. You should have him come on to your thing. He would love it. His name is Saint Cloud. If you remember it, just see. I
already have him written down.
Okay,
what was the song? I did not get the song though.
It's called Lies. It's on my Spotify, as well as his, obviously. But yeah, like he's just the greatest thing ever. Anyway, so then the song comes in, and then it's like the thing, and then it's like the whole song's about him not talking to the girl. And so then I have this idea of like they're like all of his friends are gonna help him talk to her, and so they like the second verse drops down, and there's like a blueprint, and it's like they're making like plans, and there's like little like army men and like all this stuff, and they're like, they're like have a whiteboard, like the heist board of like what's the goal, and then they circle it, they like point at it, like, and then this is where you do the thing. And then it's like, and then they're all like, yeah, and then like it comes down to it, and then he doesn't talk to her, and they're like, no, and they're like watching like with binoculars in the bushes. Like I can just picture it. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. And so then it like all the things, whatever. But yeah, yeah, but it's gonna cost so much money, and I'm like, I don't want to release it first, because if that's like my first country song coming out, then it's like, well, like what if everyone hates it? You know what I mean? And it doesn't do well at all. And then I spend a ton of money on a video for whatever, which is why I'm going to put out the party song first, because that's easy to shoot. You just have to get like 50 people to a location and just go crazy, you know, and that's easy. But
oh my gosh, like a flash mob.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, but yeah.
Yeah, we need a flash mob.
Remember when that was a thing?
Oh, I was a part of it.
I always wanted to be part of one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did it at Walmart. We did a whip Nene, like when that song came out.
Yeah.
The Watch Me or whatever. It wasn't actually a whip Nene. The whip Nene, like actual, like the song Nene is like there's like a different song, but like the Watch Me Whip, yeah, Watch Me Nene. Yeah, I taught a bunch of suburban white kids how to do that dance like correctly, because like, you know, everybody does like the what is it? Hang on. Can y'all see me still?
Yeah.
People always do this.
Yeah.
I had people doing that, and I was like, no, it's this, and then it's you know, like there's actually like, but again, like me growing up how I did and like being like hip hop influence, I knew how to dance, and so it was like
I've seen that move in a couple of your TikToks.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's the
Nene in there.
Yeah, I never want to let the Nene die.
I was literally just talking about how we need to bring back Crank That Soul. We all need to just crank that Soulja Boy.
I'm with you. I
don't care if he was trying to scam people on with the Soulja Boy Soulja Boy console. Like, I don't care.
Oh,
I was literally like,
there was a girl that I just played it for someone the other day. Do you remember a girl named Carmen that did she did Look At Me Now? And she freestyles the whole thing. Like, I mean, incredible. It's Carmen. I think it starts with a K. K-A-M or K-A-R-M-I-N. But this girl, like, I found her on YouTube one day, and she's just insane. When I saw her before, she had like maybe a couple hundred views. I had just pulled her up like a month ago when we were driving home, because Look At Me Now came on the radio, the regular version, and I was like,
and you're like, oh my god, let me check on.
I was like, you gotta hear this girl do this song.
Yeah.
Now she's like got like millions of views, and I'm like,
hell yeah. I love it.
I'm really into Miles right now.
Is it called Miles, or is it just Miles?
No, it's Miles, and he is.
I wish you were so excited. I wish I knew.
Yeah, he's like it's really Lil B inspired. I was a big Lil B fan in high school.
What is that?
yeah, I don't know Lil B either.
You don't know Lil B? You don't know Lil B the bass god? Damn.
No. You were actually cool.
I was not cool. I had like a I was deep fried. I was really like deep fried, and then as
what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Deep fried?
Yeah, that means just like, I don't know, man, like stupid, like stony, like humor, just like stupid.
Oh, like Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Oh,
like more like, yeah.
I produced a song for my friend named Ethan. The song's not out. I don't know when it's coming out. I think he wants to get a few songs produced first before he like starts announcing stuff. And we wrote this song that's just a bunch of conspiracy theories.
I love that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, what better movie about conspiracy theories than Jay and Silent Bob? And so like right before the breakdown of this song here, I'm gonna leak it. I don't know if you'll even be able to hear it well, even in the slightest, but you know the part where he's like got like with the monkey and they're like on the side of the road and he's like Roswell style.
Yeah.
I took that audio, and for the like there's like 2 breakdowns in the song, and for one of them I have that and I slow it down. It's like Roswell, and it's like it has a saxophone breakdown. It's incredible. Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
And then you remember in the beginning of the movie when they start hitchhiking?
Yeah.
And so in the line, he's like, you know, gay, straight, it's whatever. There's no line, whatever. And he's like, well, there's a line, and on this side of it, we ain't gay. And so I took that line at the very, very end of the song, right before like the actual like hefty breakdown. I can't believe I don't know if he's okay with me leaking this, but oh, hang on.
There's a line, and on this side of it, we ain't gay.
Wow.
Oh my God. I need a list of like all these different songs that you're like part of, because it just all sounds so fun.
Oh yeah, it's so the most recent one that'll be coming out. Are you guys familiar with like alternative music? I would assume just by your looks. You know the band Rain City Drive? So they used to be a band called Slaves.
Okay.
With like John.
Yeah.
And so I have their next radio single that I had produced and wrote with them like a year ago, and it's coming out in April, I think. And it has, you guys know Dayseeker? You know who they are? Just another band in that space. But yeah, we wrote this song called Medicating, and I had it have a dubstep breakdown in it, and they've like never done anything like that ever. And he was like, damn, it's just freaking insane. They ended up not doing it, but that song is coming out, just not with that. So, but yeah, no, I always push boundaries. I don't do it with my own music. I play it safe with my stuff, because I have nobody to like. There's no shock value for my own stuff. I'm not like in the studio with anybody and being like, hey guys, hear me out. Like that's my line. If like all my clients know that's like, I'll be like, hear me out. That's like how I like preface the weird thing I'm about to ask to do. But yeah, oh my God. The amount of songs that aren't out that like when they come out, it's going to be beautiful, is a very long list of things that like are just ungodly hilarious and like good at the same time. Like I laugh. I think it's so funny. Like that song is like very good and like well done and like fun and like, all the things, but like just the fact that I put Jay and Silent Bob quotes.
That's amazing. Yeah,
so I'm really excited for him to get a cease and desist for that song. I'm just kidding.
So before we run out of time, I have to ask, so if you could do a collab with anyone that you haven't worked with, who's some of the people that are on your list?
None of this list is attainable. Let me just preface that.
For now.
Yeah. I think, previous alternative space, Black Bear is at the top of my list.
I love that you say that, and I would just love it. Let's put that into the universe.
Yeah, I would. I know people who know him very well. So it's that one's not actually unattainable. That's why I can say that one confidently.
That would be so amazing.
Yeah. With me going country, it's kind of pointless. In the country space, Morgan Wallen would be like the one, because he's huge, and I think he's an incredible artist. Regardless of his shortcomings as a person due to his alcoholism, but it's like, everybody's got their thing. But I think he's just a beast. And I think we would make a really good song. I would love back alternative. Ollie, Bring Me the Horizon would be sick. That'd be kind of like a flex for sure. And now Unattainable, Bieber. That would be fucking gas. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
that's you doing something fun with Jelly Roll too, though.
Well, I'm actually really close with his drummer, Cody. Cody's like one of my close friends. I have been on the phone a few times with Mr. Jelly Roll. If not for anything like that, he was playing video games and wanted to go boxing. To get his health in order. But yeah, that one's not far out. Yeah, I'm like really good friends with his wife's makeup artist. I love them
on TikTok. Like, yeah. I just love
they're sick.
How they interact with each other. Like, they just seem like they would be so much fun.
Yeah, they are. They're good people.
I actually saw him back in the day when he was rapping. He was actually I think it was with Tech 9.
Yep, I remember that tour.
Like, I think it would be so fun to see him now.
Yeah.
Perform.
Yeah,
he's on my list.
Like rap stuff. I wonder if he's gonna cut back over and do some of that. Like, I know he does. Like, he sees two different producers, one for his rock stuff, one for his country stuff, and so he obviously did his like rock and country separate albums or whatever. But yeah, I wonder if he's gonna go back over and do some rap stuff. I feel like he will. I don't know.
I heard a rumor that Post and him were gonna do some kind of country.
All I know is that Cody and the squad was kicking it with Post, so I assume a conversation was had. But
that'd be interesting.
It would be. And Post, I mean, he's just everywhere now, which is sick. That's usually like I'm not like a big like, oh my God, Post Malone's the greatest artist of all time. I'm not that guy as far as like my love for Post Malone. But he is an inspiration as far as like how he's put out kind of everything.
I feel like he's consistent.
Yeah, like, I mean, and that's the thing is like I don't like all of his songs. I usually, and he's consistently done that for me. Whereas like I only like a couple, you know what I mean? But like the ones I like, I love, you know what I mean? And so, but he's been very good about like staying true to himself in the midst of going to all of these different spaces. Like he did hip hop to begin, and then he did some like more trappy, like darker stuff. And then he went kind of more pop, and then he did some country-ish stuff, and he did like alternative indie, like that sound, like the synth wavy stuff with that one record. And yeah, he's just kind of gone everywhere, done everything. And like, I kind of feel that way for myself. Like I, even though haven't put out my country stuff yet, I've still bridged a lot of weird things as I sit right now with like, I've done like hyper poppy, like with the song Patient. I've done like the more like rappy stuff with like Basic. I've done the super pop punk Sugar Baby. I've done like the emo, like alt rocky thing with Sugar or not Sugar, Stupid and Obsessed. And it's like I don't feel like anyone's going to be surprised when I put out country, obviously, because I've been teasing it for so long, for one. But for two, that's why I've been doing that, by the way. I didn't want it to like be like, wait, what's going on? I want people to be like expecting it and like be ready for it. Yeah, I don't know. He's definitely an inspiration as far as that goes. So Post would also be one that I would love to work with. Just because like, I don't know, just the idea of like having your name next to some of these people is like an accomplishment, you know? So yeah, so that's it. But that most of the shit that I just said, there's only like 3 of them that are possible. So, yeah.
Well, I could honestly sit here all night and talk with you, but I'm getting messages that our time is almost up, and we've kept you on here for almost 2 hours.
Well, I was late for one, so I feel like
it's okay. We're definitely going to have you back on, and maybe next time we can have Spencer on with you.
Yeah, right here. Oh my God, I would love it.
And we can continue because
stay and do the most. Like, I just turn into a different person when I'm with him. I feel like I can be myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's great.
Well, I feel like you have a lot coming up, and we're definitely going to have to check back in with you in like 6 months.
For sure.
Just hear about all the stuff. But real quick before we get off, are you planning on touring? You said this year you're focused on like making the music. When are you looking to get back into the tour?
So I was originally going to be out on tour in June, into July. But with me crossing over to country, it felt kind of pointless. It was like, was going to go out and do like a whole thing. But then I was like, because I was originally going to put out an EP of my alternative stuff. Like, I have a bunch of songs that are in my current genre and space that like just aren't going to come out. They might come out later. Like, I might do like what Jelly did and like kind of come back and put out, the rock and the do both. So the alternative version of me is not gone forever. But all of that being said, I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to make the jump, go to country earlier than I planned on it. Because like, I feel like that's what people want. If I like look at like my engagement, if I look at my content stuff, like people, like my whole start into Say When was attached to a country song, like a country version of the ABCDFU. It was like a country artist. And so a lot of my early like freaking following and whatever is in that. So like my algorithm's always been off. Like I'm too soft for alternative and I'm too hard for like pop. Like, and it's like, I don't fit in anywhere. And it's like, and then on top of that, my algorithm's like kind of country for some reason. And then
or
it's
do
like,
you fit in everywhere?
Right.
But like you fit in a little bit everywhere.
I do. And it's like, but being a small artist, fitting in everywhere is like detrimental. And so I was like, you know what? I just need to jump over, make my waves in country, as like, that's where all my connections are. It's like, I know heavy hitters like the Letdown, the artist, he's on Big Loud. Big Loud is Morgan Wallen's label, Hardy's label, like Ernest, like these massive country artists. Like, that's who I work. I'm this close to that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 2 people away. And so like, it's like kind of foolish for me not to put out country. And then like Jelly's drummer, Cody, who's a good close friend of mine, has been on my ass for over a year now. Like, bro, put out country music, stop playing around. And yeah, every time I tell him, all right, I'm going to put it out, he's like, all right, thank God. Like, come on, figure it out. Let's get it. And so, yeah, it's tough to say when, because it's like I just fourth walled myself on accident. It's tough to say when I will be back out on tour. Obviously as an artist, like I would love to tour now, you know what I mean? Like touring's great. It's fun. It's great to see faces and meet people and sing songs and be able to like help people. Because like, I know my songs do help people and like people who've been through mental health and suicide and all the things and have lost people from that stuff or have struggled with that themselves. Like that's like a bunch of my songs are about that. And then I have songs that are just blah. And then I have other songs that are about just being in shitty relationships and then situationships. It's like I write songs that are like stuff I've been through. Sometimes it's not stuff I've been through and it's just me telling stories. But that's rare. A lot of it, most of it is, stuff I've been through. And so, yeah, it's like I love to tour. I would love to tour, but that's a very hard thing to do, especially in today's market and climate. You can't like DIY things like you used to. And so, yeah, I would hope to be on tour this year. And if I am, it would probably be a country one, because hopefully that will take off and do well enough to where I need to be on tour to support what I'm doing. So to answer your question, no touring so far this year. There was going to be, but that I canceled all of that. But yeah, I was going to be on tour in June. But recently, within the last like couple weeks, I pulled out of that. So yeah.
Wow, I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I will drive up to 6 hours to come see you. So
I mean, yeah, and you guys are in Philly, you said?
Yeah.
I have a lot of fans in Philly and like that Upper East. Like I get comments every single day. Come back to Connecticut. I took my shirt off while performing, and I don't look good shirtless. But it was pretty monumental, I guess, for people because I get asked to come play Connecticut every single day. So yeah, part of me wants to just put together like a show or two, and just like hit a few, but it's a lot to do all of that. And like I hire a drummer and I have to get him in. He lives in North Carolina and blah, blah, blah. There's a million logistics to go around, but yeah, I'll tour as soon as possible, but I do want to be on the road for sure. I love touring. I grew up touring. It feels like, so just want to, keep it up.
We will definitely keep fans updated as we hear.
Yeah.
I just want to say real quick, everybody go on Spotify, Say When. Some of my favorites are Obsessed, Sugar Baby. And you have your, did you put Is Beat It going up? Like, do you?
Yeah, it's out.
Okay. And
Yeah.
of course, he's got Elvis.
Yep. Everyone loves Elvis.
Popular. That one, like,
yeah,
that's on my For Your page like 15 times.
Yeah, good. Thank you, TikTok. The TikTok odds, keep it up.
And thank you so much for taking the time to come on with us tonight. And we definitely will have to have you back on with Spencer.
Yeah.
And we just can't wait to see how your story unravels.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited for whoever's writing this shit to start making it a little crazy. Need a little bit of flair in my life. My life's too easy right now. I'm too happy. Something's wrong. I'm so happy.
But we wish you so much support. And everybody, like I said, go on Spotify, listen, like, share. That's what it's all about.
Hell
and
yeah.
Again, Say When. Thank you so much for coming
for
on.
coming on.
So
of
exciting.
course. Thank you guys. I hope it was adequate.
It was great, and your sound was perfect.
Oh, that was sick. How did that happen? Was that you?
It was probably our producer.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. Thank you, producer. That was sick. Oh my God. Out of nowhere, my thing started. I thought I was fading out and I wanted to leave in a bang. And then I came back in and I was like, oh, no, I'm back in. Hi.
That was for your party. That was for your party track that's coming out
Yeah.
soon.
Can you make everyone's do that?
I don't know.
Sick. I was like, if he did everyone's at the same time, just partying, have like 30 seconds of just chaos. If not, kick me off here.
But we will definitely have you back on because, like I said, I could sit here and talk to you forever.
Hell yeah. I'm thankful.
But
It's only like my third podcast I've ever done, I think. Third or fourth.
Woo.
you're like the perfect guest.
Yeah,
'Cause
you are
like
the
to
perfect
talk.
guest.
You have stories.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm so thankful. I always get nervous on these things because I don't know what to say and I don't want to say the wrong things. Yeah. Oh.
I was nervous too, honestly, because I was so excited. I've made everybody, like, every song that comes out, like, my son even knows, like, quite a few of your songs. Like, he's like,
I
is
love
that
it.
tonight, Mom? Like, is that tonight?
That's sick. I have literally like sometimes parents will like tag me in like a TikTok or whatever of their kids singing my songs, and I'm like, why why is your kid singing this? Like, your kid should not be sitting there singing, call me stupid, call me depressed, call me whatever you want. I'm like, no.
Well, I did some TikToks of yours that I duetted, and like I never nail it on the first time. I'm one of those people that and I love that you put the words, because unless someone has all the words, I make up my own words.
Oh, and I pronunciate. There's a lot of producers that'll be like, no, I pronunciate that more. Less. The more people wonder, the better. I'm like, I want you to not know half the shit I'm saying. It makes me so happy. I'm just like, what did you think I said? Like, there's people who are like, I'm like, that's not even close, but yes. So I love it. Everything's up for interpretation. Everything I say, you can bend it however you want. You have my permission.
But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Before we hit this 2 hour, because I'm getting yelled at.
He said, hurry up, get in turn. I don't know what. Do I do anything?
No, we'll remove you. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
Right.
Okay, okay. We're done. Thank you, everybody, for watching this episode. And
we'll see you next week.
Yeah, we have a crazy lineup coming on. Again, everybody, please go on to the Inked magazine. I'm still in the running, still holding out in that top 5, but it comes down to, I think I have to make it first in my group this week. So only a couple days left. Please go on and vote. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And
we'll see ya.
Everybody have a great night.
Bye.